So, you know how I always thought it was kind of cool that the league seed, you could view it in stages, and it was like period 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I thought it was kind of cool. Turns out, being top at the end of one of those periods nets you some money. I wonder how I found that out. We are on the rundown to the end of this season. Every game between now and then will be on video. Let's get to it. Today is a 3-game day already. We have a cup game that's just come out of nowhere, but we'll go through all the results with you. This is a Quite Average Gamer. My name is Duncan, and welcome back to the Pentagon Challenge. So welcome in, everybody. So I'm on the team, so we'll go through the team first. Now, we've had some issues with striking, as you would expect. Our goal scoring hasn't came from up front, but it has came from other areas. So Gumede is coming into the lineup over Mokwana. Jima missed the last game. He's back in. And, oh God, there was another... I just made the other change. It was on the bench, though. Who was it? Gianni's replacing Machete on the bench. Now, this is from the last game, which you obviously haven't seen, but let's go through some results. Now, obviously, we have been here. I hate why this is doing this at the moment. We joined the club here. It's Super Sport United. Now, this was just the tail end of the second period. Now, third period, we'll show you how that table lay. Now, if I remember correctly, we did that game last, correct? No, we did Stellenbosch last. So last time then, so we then went and beat Swallows 2-0 with a double from Jamie Webber. We then beat bottom of the league JDR Stars 2-0 with a goal from Sikgota and a penalty from Villakazi. We then beat Royal AM in the first round of the South African Cup. We went 1-0 down, actually. They scored on a minute extra time at the end of the first half before we equalised through Sikgota. Took the lead through Webber. Made it 3-1 with Larry before they pulled another back. And then we lost to second in the league, AmaZulu. Today we are taking on Polokwane City in the league, followed by Chippa United in the second round of the Cup, and then Kaiser Chiefs, who have only now appointed their manager after telling us we didn't make the shortlist. What a list you must have had. But let's talk then about the league table. Now, as you can see, we are currently 8th in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On 34 points. We've now played the same amount of games as everyone except Orlando Pirates. They have a game in hand. Lamazi have a game in hand. A couple teams that here played their extra game. They don't matter. We're only a point behind Kaiser Chiefs. We're 5 behind Orlando Pirates, although again, game in hand. So yeah, mid-table looking pretty easy, but that is not the interesting. So the end of the first period, our club was 10th. 8 games in, 9 points. For the second period, so the next 8 games, the club finished 8th. Okay, so they're where we weren't really involved. We came in at the tail end of period 2, but the third period was wholly us. We topped the table there. 8 games played, and we topped that table. 17 points. Second then would have been Cape Town. So we actually got 150 grand for finishing top at the end of that third period, and then period 4, which has just began. We're kind of at the bottom. But yeah, I didn't know we actually got money for the periods. That's kind of interesting to me. But let's get into today's games. Our strikers haven't been scoring, which is a pain in the arse, and I'm not really sure if it is how we play, the type of chances we create, or just the fact that our strikers are kind of shit. Now, it could be all of the above. It could be a couple of reasons. It could be none of those reasons. Who the hell knows? But I can tell you who doesn't know. This fucking guy. I still haven't looked in Marumo Gallants. We did leave them first place in the league. I'd be very stunned if they're not first place, and I'll be even more stunned if they don't join us in this division next season. In terms of more ins and outs, we haven't done anything like that. Our focus has really just been on getting through the games and then worrying about what the fuck we do through a rebuild in the summer. When we get to the summer, I suppose. We're dominating possession. And I noticed this the last couple of games, that as a counter-attacking team, we're dominating possession, which is making me a little concerned that our players aren't breaking quick enough, or, which feels more likely, is we're not actually winning the ball back. So we're not actually getting the chance to counter, but we are maybe getting the ball from goal kicks, throw-ins or whatever, and we're just trying to create chances that way. So we're not actually countering as such, which I'm not really sure how I feel about that, truth be told. Which is a bit of a bummer. We're just trying to, at the moment, do whatever the fuck we can and get into this game. We've had a couple of games where we've had like the odd injury. So Jelly played a couple, Gianni came in, Machete had to play, but nothing's really. Like, we've not really had many issues. It got missed a game or two, I think. Morris gets it across committee. Like, our strikers are dog shit. Like, I really want to get new strikers on next season. I'm just very concerned that we don't have a lot of sway in bringing players in. That's kind of my concern, that we won't be able to bring in the quality we need. But I really don't know. I'm not really thinking too much ahead to the summer. It's just try to get basically just as high up as we can. I am hoping I can get another coaching badge, or a coaching badge from this team. They refused when I asked earlier, but I'm hoping maybe come the summer they'll give me one. Just so we can keep improving as a coach and have the chance of getting more opportunities when we want to leave this country after hopefully winning the African version of the Champions League. I don't know if it's called the African Champions League. I actually don't know. I haven't checked. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think after we leave Africa, I think we'd like to do Asia next and kind of get them out the way. That really only leaves... I think Europe will probably be the end. And if Europe's not the end, then it'll be North America, I think. It might be a retirement home for players. Why not for managers, you know? But I definitely think the next plan would be Asia, South America, then most likely North America or North America, then South America, and then Europe at the end. Because I think or feel getting a good club in Europe will be quite difficult. I think we're going to have to spend a few years probably jumping about to try and get there doing this. I've never really done this challenge before, to be honest, so I'm not fully sure what's best. I mean, I could have a go at Nkobo, I could have a go at Larry, and I could have a go at Gumede for being shit, but I've been doing that the last few games, and it's not really making a whole lot of difference. Yeah. Just yeah. Just yeah. I mean, working the ball into the box might not be the worst idea. We've had 10 shots, 2 on target, which is showing you all you need to know. I mean, this is a team that's meant to be utter shit, and we're just not playing well at all. I think I might have to give up on Gumede and oh fuck, what's the other lad's name? Mokwana. I think I might need to try someone else up front. Filikaze could play there. We know Morris can play there. The lad who have on loan, whose name escapes me as well, Maru can play up there. We have a lot of options who could try and lead the line. I just don't have any faith in any of them to regularly score for us. And it feels as if like Larry and Webber aren't playing well. Like our midfield three, that solid midfield three that we've had, if they're not playing well, it feels like the rest of the team just doesn't function either. Sick, Gotta with the goal. Thank Christ. I need to make subs because some of our players are starting to die in their arse. Sirogba. Nope, Sirogbo. One day I will get these names right. Pascal. He'll replace Gima, because Gima is shattered. Gumede I'm going to bring off. I'm just going to put Maru up front. I'm going to give him a chance to impress me. He's just playing shit. Gianni will come in. And I think that's the only three changes that I'm going to make just now. Weber's probably next to come off for fitness reasons. Then maybe Morris. Both look like they're kind of struggling fitness-wise for me. Try to decide, like, every game I'm like, okay, let's see who impresses. Let's just try and get to the next, get through the games. And then during the games, like, oh, I mean, if this guy does this, like, plays this well, like, he'll maybe be able to do this for me next season or whatever. And every time I think about next season, my immediate thought is, we're fucked. I don't know why. I just have this overwhelming sense that we are fucked next season. Morrisall has just doubled the lead on the hour mark. And let's make those changes. Now, Weber, you've actually played pretty well. I'm going to bring on Villacazzi, though. He can play deep line playmaker on support. We'll have that little double playmaker in there just now. And goal scorer Morris can come off. Dlamini will replace him. I mean, I've already made some, like, I think it was the last episode, excuse me, or maybe the episode before, but I'd mentioned guys like Gianni and Jelly are just going to be key parts of the squad. Maybe never not playing week after week, but they'll make a handful of starts, but they'll probably make a load of sub appearances. These are the type of signings that will hopefully allow us to get the quality we need. So got away the third. Because I've got a funny feeling we're going to end up having to overpay wages for an okay-ish striker. I don't trust who we have up front. I don't trust their options. Like, I like Morris out wide. I don't know if I trust him to be striker. I don't... On paper, Mokwana should be banging them in. He's not. Gumede looks like he should be okay. And he has kind of like fits and starts where some games he'll play well. Maybe he'll get a goal, and then other games, it looks like he's never played football in his fucking life. So we are kind of just struggling in that department. I know going into next season, we need goalkeepers. Out of the two we've got, ideally they're just backup. One of them is backup. But yeah, let's stop worrying about next season, and let's just focus on the last 50 minutes of this game. And we're playing pretty well. Second half anyway. Lena, Riccozzo, and Tia and Tia. Got obviously these two goals. They've all got kind of positive ratings. Everyone else has what I would say is like a good passport rating, so 6.7, 6.8. They're ratings that don't annoy me. Obviously you'd want a base of 7, I'd say, for everybody, but like a 6.7 to 6.9 to me is like an average. They're not playing badly. They're doing okay. When it starts hitting about 6.6 and down, I start being a little bit concerned. But everyone else is now putting in a bit of, not going to say effort, but a bit of a performance. Dlamini shot is saved. You look at the bench, Weber played well, Morris also did okay with the goal. Gima was fine, but Gumede and Nkobo were shit. And that's where we're at. I mean, my two best centre-backs don't play well together with the roles that suit them both. So that's unfortunate. But our other options aren't really, like, ideally regular starters. Like, Gianni can come in and fill in if need be. Machete can kind of do the same, but again, I would really like to rely on them week in, week out, or game by game. But they can come in and, like, fill in as subs, or, if players need a rest every so often, like, I'm fine with that role. But not to come in and replace the starters. The downside is, everyone else is kind of shit. Now, Gianni, like I say, most games we've had him play for us, has not let us down again today. Like, he's putting in a decent enough rating, solid enough squad option, just maybe not good enough to be a starter where we want to be. And that's fine. I genuinely do think, though, that where we're at club-wise is probably not our final African club. I feel like we've got one more move before we start competing for that continental competition. I don't think we're going to get there with the club we're at currently, but you never really know. I guess we could maybe have we really turn it around in the summer. I don't know. I would expect another maybe move, but it's just try to get. We would basically, for us to get the next move, we would need to really overperform and have one of the big teams underperform. you can't always like kind of hope, like you can't like assume that will be the case. So we do need to try and build up this club as much as we can. And to be fair, we were doing that with Maroon with Gallants anyway. It's not something I wouldn't like not do, but it's something I need to definitely keep in mind. Orlando Pirates are drawn to 2 with Kaiser Chiefs. I just noticed that. That's good for us, actually. That I think they've still got the game in hand, but we'll cut now the points on both of them. They'll still both be ahead of us, I think, if I remember the points difference. Oh no, we might go ahead of Kaiser Chiefs now, but we'll still be behind Orlando Pirates. But it helps us close that gap and try and help us get a little bit further up the table. Let me just have a quick look at the table. Boom, yeah, so we overtake Kaiser Chiefs. We've got a point ahead of them. 3 points behind Orlando Pirates, but they have a game in hand. Actually, only 4 points behind Cape Town City. We're slowly climbing this league, actually. Sundowns are look like they're going to run away with it. Amazulu had a good season. But, like, Swallows? What, 6 points ahead of us? 5 games remaining? I mean, it's doable. It's unlikely, but it's doable. Got it. I mean, I'm kind of hoping now that Cape Town City and Orlando Pirates lose their game in hand, just so that we have like that next step to climb. We've completely clawed that goal difference from negative to positive, but still not quite high enough for Orlando Pirates. But we are just ahead of Cape Town City in that regard. So, I mean, we could literally finish anywhere from like 3rd to fucking. I mean, realistically, we could finish anywhere from 3rd to like I'd say 12th. Man, not ideal. Not ideal. Next game, though, we are coming back for will be Chippa United in the Cup. So we're back for the second of 3 episodes of today. Mokwana only change. He's come back into the 11. Hello, Roxy. Now, I realised that I complained a lot about our strikers last episode. And then, like, literally about 3 minutes ago, it dawned on me that I offered Mokwana a new deal. And I'm pretty sure it was Gima signed a new deal because of it. Now, I could be wrong in misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it was me that negotiated that contract. Which means I need to make him work. Go me. Dominic can come out for Safama. Second change, Dominic's coming out the bench. Safama's going in. Other than that, there's no really other changes. Steven's got a contract till next season, but I'm playing leaner because on paper he's better and younger. Right. I just have so many. The issue I have is to me it's been like a while since I last played this save, or played Football Manager at all actually. So like the last recording session and this one is so far away. I actually don't remember who I've offered contracts to. The only reason I remembered them to is because I checked the the old take that out, look as long term deals. Went, oh shit, I thought Mokwana was out, and I was like, oh fuck, I think I offered a deal. So I think he's leaving. I want to say he's definitely leaving. No decision on Dlamini, maybe. Could trigger his contract, probably won't. Gianni, did I not offer you a new deal? Why did I think we had? I'm going to trigger your extension right now because I do want you for next season. But these are the guys I need to kind of make a decision on. Except for these ones. They two are definitely going. The rest I need to make a decision on for next season. But let's get into the game. Should be a win, I'd like to think, but it's a cup game. I don't really care about the cup this particular season, or at all. I mean, it doesn't really help us in the goals, I guess, overall. But I mean, I was going to say at all. I do. I always care about winning as much as I can, but this particular season, I don't. I kind of just want to get to the summer as high up in the league as we can and take it from there. I'm hoping our wage budget gets increased by the board for next season, just so we have a little bit of wiggle room to actually sign quality players. in terms of the overall league position, we've actually fallen further adrift now of the teams that I said we could catch. Orlando Pirates. No, Cape Town City, sorry. They won their game in hand. I think it was their game in hand anyway, but they've moved up the table. But I don't know if that was just the game that they were due to play anyway, or if it was their game in hand. I know that sentence I said doesn't make sense. It makes sense in my head. But Cape Town City have now jumped further up the table. Sunsport jumped up the table a bit. So instead of being, I think it was, 4 points behind third, I think we're about 7 or 8 now. Which is fine, but it's still doable. But 1-0 up. But it's still doable, so we can still climb that table. I don't think we will, but if we could just get as high up as we can, get that extra little bit of prize money, which I'm hoping that's how that will work here. I don't see why it wouldn't. But just try to finish as high as we can, and then kind of take it from there. I think the summer's going to be an awkward one for me, like I've said. And I can't remember what they wanted for next season when we agreed to come to the club. I'm hoping that next season all they're looking for minimum is mid-table, because I think that's probably realistic to kind of just aim for that as that's what we're aiming for, and anything else is a bonus, because we're going to probably losing Gima. We need to strengthen on his position realistically, but go on, Weber. But he's not one that I'm desperately ready to replace in terms of oh my god, the goalkeeping position, for example. I need a better goalkeeper. I don't feel that with Gima because he still contributes, even if his star rating doesn't maybe show it. But he is getting on a bit in age. We kind of do want just a little bit more out of every position we can, but it's not one that is my key for next season. Goalkeeper is, striker is, centre half is, and everything else will hopefully just kind of take care of itself. Hopefully. Comfortable 2-0 lead at the moment. And honestly, there's nothing I can really criticise us for so far this half. Player ratings look decent, so they're doing what they're meant to be doing. Weber has become such a key player in the last few games for us. Maybe basically since we came in. No, but I'd say maybe the last 5 or 6 games, Weber has been crucial. His goals have helped, and his assists. He is such a key player for us at the moment. But as I said, that midfield three of Weber, Larry, and Gima is just pretty much what's built our team. And I am quite happy with that. I am kind of tempted for next season with our 5'9" striker to either change the tactics so we're hitting the ball into space more, which I don't know if we're doing. I'm not actually looked. This is just the base tactics with me selecting player roles that every player prefers type thing. So I might do that, or we might try and adopt a position-based system to just try and get the best out of Mokwana, because we don't really want crosses going into a guy who's 5'9". The other option would be to change our shape and have 2 strikers. It's an option, but it's not one I really want when I've got somebody like Sikgota who is fantastic attacking mid on the wings. Because I don't want to be playing like a 4-2-4 or anything like that, where we've got a kind of open midfield. I feel like we have bits and pieces which would make a good system, but 1 or 2 pieces don't fit with the rest. And at the moment, Mokwana feels like one of them. Good player on paper, all the right kind of stats you'd want for a guy who's a finisher, but maybe just not height. No, he's tiny, but he just doesn't really click with everyone else we've got at the moment. But that also could just be me overthinking how this team is just kind of poor all season, I suppose, until we... Well, yeah, I guess I've been poor since we took over. That's the reason we got in the first place, because our manager got sacked. I wonder what they were expected to do this season. Would that have been mid-table? Because we came in, we were, bottom half? Maybe. That's not great. 2-1 immediately after half time. Screams to me panic. Morris is having a poor game. Another guy who's done well in patches, but feels quite inconsistent. But at the same time, it's been a really inconsistent team till we took over. We've probably brought the only spell of stability, which is strange. I haven't really done much, except for my played the best 11 on paper for most of the games. I mean, 5 goals and 5 assists in 26 appearances in all competitions. It's okay-ish. I guess I would want more from a starting wide man. More goals and more assists. Like 10 and what was that, 26? It's not quite 1 and... It's over 1 and 2. It's what every 2.5 games or something. Fine, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. I definitely feel like I want to bulk up our backline just a little bit. He's 6'2". I'll check in Cobalt. Next chance I get. I mean, if I could get a younger Mathoho that we signed for Mirumo, I would be delighted. If we could get like a younger version of him for the back, I would be fucking delighted. I don't know. I feel like Larry and Weber and maybe even Gima could work well as our midfield three in a control possession style, and I think Gotta would work well in it as well. It's just I worry if we have the other players who are capable of doing it, because it also involves our defenders being good on the ball, or at least fine on the ball. Yeah, they don't need to be fucking prime Bereze, but something that's remotely passable would be ideal. Mario's going to come on left wing as a winger on attack. He's the only player that's playing badly, but Gima is starting to tire. So I'm going to bring on Sirogbo. He will come on. I forgot we signed him. Yeah, you're a good swap for Weber if needed. Yeah, make that double change just now. Pascal come on at DM, replacing Gima. Mario come on the left wing this time. And hopefully his pace and left foot can maybe create another couple of chances. Mogwana's not a bad game. I don't trust him to score. We've had 12 shots, only 3 on target. Like, could we have less shots but get more on target if we were a bit more possession based and worked the ball into the box a bit more? Possibly. The other option would be that we create less but also have less shots on target. Let's try to figure out what's best for us. Maru tries to get the ball across, blocked by the defender immediately, to be fair. Larry plays the ball over the top for Weber, and it's offside anyway. 50 minutes remaining. Larry looks fucked, to put it bluntly. Vilkazi will come on. Going to also take off Weber for... Oh yeah, he's the guy who was out on loan. I remember you now. For Mkize? We'll say Mkize. And Sitgot's going to come off as well for Safama. Again, it's just a fitness thing. I don't want to lose these guys for the league games. And with 50 minutes left, I mean, if we go out the cup, we go out the cup. I'm genuinely not too bothered. I'll say that. Wait till they equalise. Then I might be bothered, but... Well done. Well done. Sirogbo. I mean, we're getting so much time on the ball from our defenders. I wonder if we could just play a possession-based game next season. And it's in Maru with the goal. 3rd of the season. 2nd for us, if I remember correctly. Pretty much takes us through to the next round. I'm not going to do the possession-based system. I'd rather do it through pre-season, but just keep this one here, because I think the counter-attack's probably going to be useful when we start playing the top couple of teams. So this season would be Amatux, it would be Sundowns, but as the rest, I think we could probably get away. Fucking hell. Poor defending from us. We could probably get away with trying to be the dominant side on the ball. They've had 2 shots all game, both on target, both in the back of the net. Poor just from us. I don't know who to blame for it. Velikazi. Okay, not too bad. I mean, if I renew Velikazi's contract, then all I need to focus in the summer would be a defensive mid. Like, the rest of the positions are pretty much covered. Like, we've McKeezy still there, Weber's still there, Larry's still there. Velikazi then takes up his space. Gima's still there. So it really would just be like one position we're looking to strengthen. Oh, fuck me. Strengthen straight away. That's an option. But at the same time, then it kind of feels like it doesn't give us as much manoeuvrability, maybe, in the market than I would like. But it'd be like one area of the park I didn't need to worry about as much. Yeah, I am unhappy with their performance. Can I make another sub? Oh, I can't. In Scotland, when it gets to extra time in the cup competitions, you get one more sub. That's what I was kind of hoping for. We start extra time. They've had 3 shots on target and every one's hit the back of the net. Leaner is having an awful game. Honestly, I'd say momentum's probably with them. Mokwana. Go on. Problem is a block from the defender. Kinda need to bury that. Velikazi, though, can he deliver a corner onto the head of one of our players? No. The answer was no, he cannot. We did not need this game going to extra time. In TNT, in Kobo. TNT literally pointed at me, pass it back to the goalkeeper, ignored him, and passed it straight to the left back. He's telling him, don't give it to fucking me. And he still is. Mkize gets it for Safama. Good effort. He did the right thing now. He's trying to hit it across goal, hoping maybe if he doesn't go in that the keeper might palm it out. What he does is palm it out for a corner, not in the middle of the box. You'd maybe hope for. Velikazi delivers a corner, comfortably captured. Caught by the goalkeeper. Free kick, Velikazi. Right into the hands of the goalkeeper. Fucking hell. We've had 21 shots, 7 on target. We are creating the chances. We're just not clinical enough, or we're taking shots from distance. Too many shots from distance. The end of the first half of extra time. Honestly, I would just take a quiet 15 minutes. Nobody putting out too much energy and going to penalties. I'd like to think they might be the same, try to avoid injury here, because their front line looks a bit as knackered as ours feels. As I know, we've made our subs to make ours a bit maybe more fresh than theirs. Right, Velikazi, can you pick out one of our players? Not really. Falls from Kize. It's got to be another corner, right? Yeah, it is. Try to more place that shot in. Comes off a defender. Right, this outswinging corner, can it be headed home? No, but he's going to get another chance at it. Ricotso. Srogbo. Yeah, passes it back, end the highlight. Stellenbosch beat Golden Arrows 5-2 away from home. Interesting, I guess. 5 minutes remaining. And they have a chance. It's intercepted by Maru, one of our fresher players, who is breaking. Can he get some support? Ricotso now. Maru plays it to Safama. Is he offside? Flag stayed down currently. Mkize. He's been fouled. He's not sorry. He's had a shot. Oh. So unlucky. It looks like it took a deflection before the keeper saved it. And it looks like we're heading to penalties. Are we going to penalties? Or is there one more chance? Mkhize tries to play it through for Mokwana. Intercepted, and now they're breaking. 30 seconds left. But Maru picks up that ball. And we're breaking now. Maru plays the ball, tries to get it over the top, doesn't quite get there. Comes back to Maru, though, who plays it all the way back to Ntia and Tia. We have like 10 seconds left of the game. One of the two dogs made a weird noise. And it's penalties. Okay. Vilakazi, Ricozzo, Mogwana, Safama. So for fuck's sake. Okay. Let's do this, gents. Let's see how we got on. Okay, so they're hitting them first. Can Lena make a save and put them under pressure straight away? No. Right, Vilakazi. Good pen. Rockets into the top corner. Keeps us in it. Dives the right way, just doesn't dive quite far enough across the goal. Okay, our right back, Ricozzo. I think half our penalties are getting taken by defenders. Ricozzo steps up. Puts it away. Good pen again, actually. Keeper chose the right way, but there was enough power on it that even if he got a hand to it, I don't think it was going to get saved. And he fools Leaner. Right, Mokwana now. Can our striker keep us in it? Yes, he can. Sends keeper the wrong way. It's 3-3. Leonard dives the right way, but just, again, not really far enough over. Right, Safama now. The wide man. And it's in. It's 4-4. Oh, God. Again, sends Leonard the wrong way. If we miss, we are out. And it's in Kobo, our centre half, to step up and hit it. And he puts it home, keeps us in it. It's now sudden death. And they have scored theirs. All the pressure goes back on us. And it's our other centre half now, I believe, who's hitting the next penalty, right? Yes, it is. Oh, that one absolutely snuck in. He saves it, hits off the post, hits off him, and sneaks over the line. We just survived that round. We need to score this to stay in it, and it's the on loan midfielder Strogbo who is going to hit it. We miss this, we're out. And we're out. We go out to chipping on penalties. I mean, look at that. Good thing it's a game. It doesn't really matter. I was not doing that team talk. I would have said the wrong thing. So we go out, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. Next thing we're doing is taking on Kaiser Chiefs. I'll see you in a second. Right, we're back for the final game of the episode. No change to the start 11. What I did go, though, I did go and check Marumo Gallants, and they were in first place when we left them. They're now 5 points adrift. Sorry, 4 points adrift at the top. But I checked a second ago, they were 5. Did I say Amatuk's last game? Amazulu are the team that's top. Like, Jesus. Anyway, they've just played a game then. There we go. They just drew with Hungry Lions. So I had a look at the squad, just see who was it. Stephen Polak replaced me. The under-20s manager. Anyway, had a look at some of the players. We are scouting Coupe, Lucaberry, and Kaya, just as potential options next. Oh, and Kamalo, of all people. But yeah, that's who we looked at below. We left. Sorry, we left them in first place. Have now drifted to second. They were 5 points behind. They're now. Hold on. TS Galaxy just lost 2-0 to Amatugs. Fucking hell. They were 5 points behind. They're now 4 points behind with a load of games left. But that's not our interest today. As I said, Unchained side. Hope for a better performance from Leaner. And if we get that, we should hopefully have quite a good result today, you would imagine, against Kaiser Chiefs, who are having a poor season. Well, in my head, they're having a poor season. I always assumed or felt they were one of the bigger teams in South Africa. I could be wrong. I always thought they were a successful team. I actually don't know now. I am genuinely confusing myself. Not that it really matters too much. Golden Arrows 1-5-3 against Stellenbosch. La Masia, a team that were my fucking bane of existence, got beat 2-1 by the Orlando Pirates. Polokwane, who we played first on today's episode, they won 3-2 against Richards Bay. And there's us drawing 0-0 currently with Kaiser Chiefs. Sundowns leading the league, or trying to lead the league. They are playing against bottom of the league JDR Stars tonight. I feel like this whole episode has had me going up and down on the strength of the squad. But after what I said last episode about that midfield kind of 5 that we have currently, that if I kind of trigger extensions or whatever, they can stay. Honestly, like, if we could bring in somebody like, say, Kaya to come in and be like the defensive mid to work with Gima, I would be delighted with that kind of 6 options on a midfield for next season. Oh, he's offside. That was such a good bit of play as well. That's exactly how we need to use Mokwana. Try and get him running in on the last shoulder of the defender. But yeah, so if he looks good enough for their scouts, and he agrees a contract to come to us, I would maybe just trigger Vilakazi's contract and just go with that midfield 6 next season. If Kupe, by the way, comes in with a good scout report, I will absolutely offer him a contract if he's willing to come to strengthen our defence next season. I would love to have those 2 back. Same with Luca Benny at right back. As much as I've also triggered Jelly to have another, or offered him a new 1-year deal, he can fill in both full-back positions. But he's just a backup player. But if we could get someone like Luca Benny to come in, again, competing with Ricozzo, I think I'd be quite happy with that. Just giving us that extra bit of quality and depth in some positions would make rotation and things a lot more comfortable. While also having guys like Safama, like Jelly, like Gianni, who we know can come in and do a job for us 10 to 15 games a season from the bench for the most part, I'd be delighted. It's the type of squad building you need to kind of do at times. That's a good ball off Sitgota. Tries to chip the goalkeeper, but not quite enough power on it. Bro, unlucky, to be honest. I can't complain. That offside goal was just unlucky. Slightly off on the timings, but it's the exact type of play we're probably going to need for Mokwana. It seems weird that I'm being critical to them, but their ratings are shit, so I need to be. You're not good enough to get together. But all in all, quite happy so far. Only complaint for the first half is our lack of chances. I think the game said we only had 2, which goes against every other game I think we feel like we've played. Not just today, but since we've took over. We've been feel like we've been in control or created chance after chance near enough every game. So I don't know if that means that Kaiser Chiefs are just nullifying us, if they're just playing well, or we're just unable to get the final chance. Weber just blitters the ball, but keeper manages to save it, goes out for a corner. Can Sitgota pick out a player in red? Not quite, but it falls to Weber. He's going to go himself. He does. This came off the bloody... I thought it came off the woodwork, but quickly scanning the commentary, it was a deflection. It seems like we're up for it now. Morris and Mokwana, though, apparently they're still underperforming, which seems harsh on Mokwana. But granted, I'm not seeing the rest. Let's bring on Marut, who'll play as up winger on attack for us. And then we'll bring on Gumede because he's the only really other striker we have, and we'll see if we can get a goal. 3 points would be ideal here, but not losing would be a kind of minimum for us, I feel. Oh, and TNT does just enough to get that put off there forward and then get the ball out for the corner. But they really should have scored there. We are very lucky at the moment. I don't really care if he's one card away from a suspension. That's not really bothering me at the moment. Like, I'm looking at the match ratings. The only players who are playing shit are still my left winger and my striker after subs. Maybe Ricozzo as well. Larry is knackered though, so let's put on Villakazi. He's not going to go as forward. We always play him as a deep blind forward instead. But let's make that change just for fitness reasons more than anything else. Fires the ball in. Meh. It's not the best. It's not quite McKeever for us in the journeyman, is it? Not the journeyman, sorry, Elgin. Being our wide target man, just head in and go after goal for us. Makes it got such a good player. That final ball though was poor. Weber and TNT doesn't get the chance to get the cross in. He does now. Back post it, got up, and it's in. It's his 7th goal of the season, and that's just what we need. 9 minutes left to play, and Setgota gets the goal to finally give us the lead. This has got to be the tightest game I think we've had, it feels like, since we came in terms of both teams being pretty equal. We've created a fair amount of chances. But it's more like they've, instead of us creating chances, like first half feels like they completely nullified us for the most part. I'm going to bring on Safama just now because the goal scorer, Setgota, looks knackered. Ricozzo, same answer. Jelly come on for the final couple of minutes. Looks like Mara was about to play a through ball there, but decided against it. It seemed Gimedi was going to be offside. Weber, Setgota, can he get a second? No, cuts it back. Gimedi, and he's broke his goal drought. It's his 7th of the season, and it secures the 3 points here at home versus Kaiser Chiefs. Smart little finish. Still going to go through with the subs. 2-0. I'll take it. We have finally came to this second half. But yeah, first half it seemed very much a like for like, nullifying us. Maybe not like for like, that's not what I meant, but they seem to match us and really stop us getting to play our game. Second half though, we've stepped up a bit and managed to secure the 3 points. 3 minutes added time. Got to hope we don't fuck this up. And it looks like we've not. 20 seconds remaining. Just take it easy, boys. Take it easy. Let's see this one. Let's see it through. I'd be very interested to see where we would be in the table from us taking over. If the league started when we took over, where we would be. Because I feel like our form has been phenomenal since we came in. Like, far better than you'd expect. And let's look then at the table. We know Suntowns have got to play JDR Stars. It's not going to affect the rest of the table. We also know there's 4 games remaining, and as things stand, we are 3 points behind Orlando Pirates and Swallows. However, both have a game in hand. We're 5 points behind Supersport United and 10 behind Cape Town City. However, they have played a game more than us. There's 12 points remaining of the season, so the chances realistically of getting third now, it's possible, but it isn't going to happen. I don't see the teams above us losing all of the remaining games. For us, what are we? We're 4 points ahead of Kaiser Chiefs. They played a game more than us, so yeah, we're doing okay. We're 5 ahead of Golden Arrows. We could still slip down the table. realistically, but I don't even know who we've. I can't remember our last 4 games, truth be told, but I feel that where we are should be okay. I mean, we're taking on Richards Bay, I just seen, in 2 weeks' time, and that is one of our 4 remaining games. Let's have a quick look at that schedule. So next time we come back will be for Richards Bay, who are 14th, and then Orlando Pirates. Okay, that's quite a big game for us then. 3 points there. So if we can take 6 points next episode, we could put ourselves in 7th. Potentially. Although, again, game in hand. We are 7th, sorry. We could go 6th. Game in hand, assume they win it. Okay, I mean, there's a possibility we could hit 5th. Realistically, we might just stay where we are. But a couple of games that Richards Bay, you've got to just assume that we should be taking 3 points. Orlando Pirates, I'd like to think we can go head-to-head with them. We then have La Masia, who are currently 12th, before we finish the season at home to Super Sport United, who currently lie 4th in the league. They ain't won in the league. They could, however, still get what I'm assuming that 2nd place is for a continental position. I don't know. However, Sundowns do have that game in hand. I assume they win that. 54 points. 9 points behind. Okay, it's doable for them as well. Nope. Rules, please. I want to... Oh, my God. I'm hitting everything but what I want. The African Confederations Cup. African Champions League. Okay, so it is African Champions League. And then there's like a 2nd continental competition, which is kind of cool. I wish I could see the full breakdown of prize money. Is there a way to see a full breakdown of prize money, actually? Stages? No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a thumbs up. I know it's longer than I wanted or expected it to be, but that sounds we had the cup. Next 2 games, we'll finish this league season. We'll see where we finish, and then the board can tell us what they want for next season, and I will probably panic. If you've liked it, thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. Where do you think we're going to finish this season? And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.